Alright, children, so let us proceed with our first experiment, that is to prove that chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. So all the raw materials that are required in the photosynthetic equation, that is sunlight, chlorophyll, and then carbon dioxide, and this is what you have to prove are necessary raw material. Without any of these contents, I mean, if anyone is missing, the photosynthesis will not take place. Right, children? Must understand that the moment you have the word chlorophyll, if ever you have to prove that chlorophyll should be present for photosynthetic experiment, the first thing that you need to have is a variegated leaf. Generally, crotons, if you have seen, these are patchy leaves. I mean, they have a mosaic design of yellow patches over green leaf and all. Any such leaf is known as variegated leaf. So you just understand as of now that a patchy leaf is known as variegated leaf. You can see the diagram here having yellow patches over green leaf, right? Croton is just an example of a plant that has variegated leaves. Okay, what you have to see is just see the marks that I have put here. Two of the marks I have just highlighted. I could have highlighted all those yellow patches. I have taken only two into consideration. I have marked this area as area A, and this is the off-white area, or you may say the yellow area, but it doesn't have chlorophyll. This is what I mean to say, that the leaf has patches and those patches do not have chlorophyll, right? But rest of the portion is green. That means this green area is having chlorophyll. So what do you conclude out of this? That the variegated leaf is one where the patches are the areas which do not have chlorophyll. They are devoid of chlorophyll, and rest of the green portion is having chlorophyll. Right now, if you have selected such a plant, this is just a leaf, but we are selecting the whole plant here. We don't pluck the leaf, right? We always keep the leaf intact, only then it will be showing photosynthesis. Okay, after destarching and removing chlorophyll. Now I believe that you understand how you would be destarching this plant so that the previously existing starch is not going to interfere with the freshly formed. You will be destarching it by keeping the plant in dark for 48 hours, right? And then how you would remove the chlorophyll? You will take this, you will you will keep that plant in sun. After destarching, you have to keep the plant in sun. Initially it was not having any starch. When you keep it in sun, it will undergo photosynthesis, and now you have to check that whatever photosynthesis has occurred, it is only due to your experiment. You have kept the plant in the sun after destarching, and now whatever photosynthesis must have been produced, this is only due to your experiment. Now you will pluck off this leaf. You will remove the chlorophyll by boiling it in water, then boiling it in methylated spirit, and again keeping it in boiling water so that it softens up, so that your whole leaf becomes off-white. Initially I drew this leaf off-white only because you can see the color in those patches. It was off-white only, but and when you when you test it for the presence of starch, when you pour the iodine drops over the leaf, so just see only those areas which I have encircled, those areas, if you can see, right, just linked to this leaf, only those areas which were not having chlorophyll did not turn blue black. Rest of the content turned blue black when you poured iodine droplets over this leaf. What do you conclude out of it? That the areas which were not having chlorophyll did not photosynthesize, and the areas which had chlorophyll, which were green areas, they performed photosynthesis and they produced the starch as the food product. And when you tested it with iodine, it gave a positive test, right? But those areas which were not having chlorophyll, even though you will put iodine over it, it will not remain white because the initial color of iodine is brown. Right, so the initial color of iodine is brown, so these areas would moreover become brown. I have selected a blue color, but you should understand whatever is the color of the iodine would be imparted to these colorless areas, right? This concludes, if you see, if you check, just hold on. The green color, wherever the green color is present in the leaf, would be having chlorophyll. The areas which will be having chlorophyll would undergo photosynthesis, and the arrow that has gone down, I'm not able to scroll it up as of now, but the arrow says that if photosynthesis had occurred, that means the starch must be produced as the stored food product. And whenever you test such areas where the starch is present, when you test such areas with iodine, it will turn blue black. Right, children? So this is one experiment that is done. Now we will be moving to another experiment. If you have any queries regarding this experiment, please feel free to ask me.